Today, January 4th, 2019, episode 4 of Plane Savers. Hey everybody, we're back at the airplane. This is actually the last day we have with the D-Day airplane. And I think for today's episode, I'm just gonna give you guys a good tour of the airplane so you can see exactly what we have to deal with to get this airplane back in the air. The first thing I want to show you guys is the paint. If you look at this side is white and red, and if you walk around halfway, it turns into silver. So from the pictures, when I bought the airplane, I thought that this was metal, but it's not. It's actually gray paint. So at some point in its history, this aircraft was graffitied, and you can kind of still see the graffiti a bit on the tail if you look close. But yeah, so the airport, I guess, wanted them to clean it up, so they actually painted it gray. So this
comes off.
Yeah.
It's just coming off. You go like this and it comes off. That's wall color.
Yeah, it's I guess pretty crappy paint, but that's the least of our worries. I'll show you some of the major problems coming up. So I guess the easy thing to see is that both engines are missing, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because if an airplane's been sitting this long, we would have to change the engines anyway. But the problem with these is this airplane is very specific. Luckily, if you've seen previous episodes, you can see that our parts airplanes have all the same fittings and attach points. Another minor thing, you see the hamburger door is missing. I guess they have the replacement somewhere in storage here, but it looks like vandals were pried it open and caused a little bit of damage. So you can see from the right-hand wing here that there's a bunch of scrapes. It looks like it was dragged over a fence at some point in its life. That aileron looks like crap, but we're definitely going to put new ailerons on it. So even though this looks bad, it actually looks quite terrible. Okay, so here we are. We're at the tail section. There is some minor damage here. As you can see, there's a hole punched in there, and there's a hole punched in there. But luckily, Ronnie checked on the inside. None of the ribs or stringers are damaged. This is just straight sheet metal work. You can see right here that the de-icing boot rotted right off the airplane. But again, where we're going, we don't need de-icing boots. Hopefully it'll be summertime, so we won't be worried about that. You can see the elevators are missing, and that rudder looks just absolutely terrible. Tail cone has just been smashed. Look at that rudder. You can kind of see the graffiti there. But yeah, all this stuff is going to be replaced anyway. Not a big deal. So moving on to the left side, you can see that, again, this aileron is completely trashed. Ronnie actually checked the fuel tanks already. The fuel tanks look good, which is a plus. Water could have easily got in there, seeped in, and then corroded the bottom of the fuel tanks, which would have been a mess. That didn't happen, so we're looking good there. Flaps look like to be in good shape. The door probably needs to be replaced. This door needs some work. It doesn't shut properly. Baggage door works great. De-icing boot on the tail, of course, is older than me. So that's it with the positivity. It's a different story once you get into the airplane. Outside looks okay. Inside is going to be a little scary. Okay, folks, let's go into the aircraft. This is the moment of truth. And I can show you, I think, some of the biggest problems that we're going to run into. Fairly clean interior, not too bad. They took this floor panel out. Bathroom looks to be in good shape. Haven't had to use it yet. One thing that really grinds my gears is, for some reason, they spray painted the windows. Like, these ones are jet black. Now, so it looks like I'm going to have to ask my father for a new set of windows for my birthday or Christmas. Both have already passed, but anyway, maybe next birthday we get some new windows. And yeah, I don't know why people spray painted them, but that's stuff you got to live with. So even though the carpet looks okay, we're still going to take this all out and probably just put like a normal plywood floor. The gill liner looks really good, actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, folks, it's all been, you know, kind of rosy up until this point, but this is where the fun happens here. Let's look at the cockpit. Here's a good shot of the side of the airplane, engine. There we go. Benefit of a GoPro. So over here, oh, there's the floorboards from the back. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad here. But here's where it gets terrible. Here's the cockpit. You can see all that hay and grass. That's because there was a bird's nest hidden right up here. Look at that. All that, there's birds living in there. So all that's going to have to be cleaned out. You know, wires have been cut. Yeah, so now going down to the panel. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much 90% of all the gauges are missing. But you can see that the panels are actually Zeus fasteners. So the panels in DTH or DTB hopefully can go straight in. Looks like someone tried to steal the control column, but didn't get it all the way off. You can see the bolts are missing. Some of the cannon plugs still exist, which is a bonus. So anytime you see a cannon plug hang in there, that's what I'm talking about, a cannon plug. I'm talking about that little silver thing at the end of the wires. It's there. Rudders seem to be okay. Heated windshield looks good. Yeah, and then up above we got the roof hatch is missing. So look at that. So that caused a whole bunch of water and the ability for those birds to come in, which may have caused some problems on the floor. We'll have to rip the floor open to see. So that's it. That's the cockpit. Hopefully you guys can see all the stuff that we have to deal with getting this airplane back in the air. Stella, what do you think?
I like it. I like every DC-3, but basically I love them.
So you think Ronnie can handle this?
Ronnie can handle everything that's regarding to DC-3s, DC-4s, or anything that has radials.
So if you guys liked a little bit of a cockpit tour, and these windows really kind of grind my gears. Like, that's something that just didn't have to happen. So, but by these being you know, spray painted, this is you know, a lot of people have been sending me messages about wanting to come help with the project. This would be something perfect for somebody that might not have much experience in aviation, because it's basically just a whole bunch of Phillips screws. Yeah, so you know, this could be you. Yeah, you could be watching this right now, and in a couple months you could be in here helping me change windows. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully if you want to help work on this airplane, we can make that happen. Okay, so I want to help you know, draw attention to some people that have been helping us, and this is Pierre. Pierre is a professor at the local school here. Pierre, what school do you teach at?
It's the École Nationale d'Aérotechnique. It's the largest school of its kind in North America.
You've seen this airplane kind of degrade over time.
Definitively, yeah.
What's your thoughts on you know, a couple guys from the north showing up to see if we can get this thing flying?
For us, it's very interesting to see that airplane flying again, because first it remains in Canada, and it will be, I think, with Buffalo Airways, it will be in good hands. And I wish you a lot of success with it, and to restore it to flying conditions. That will be very, very, very proud to see it flying again. You know.
Ronnie's been busy doing his inspection. I kind of leave him be, because this is where he's putting all the things that we need for the airplane in his brain, kind of like putting away in the safe. So I'm going to sneak around and get some shots of him working.
No more bird's nest.
What do you think, Ronnie?
Yeah, she'll fly again. We can make her fly. Like, we have all the parts, just labor.
Well, folks, that's our trip to Montreal. Hope you liked the episode. The verdict, Uncle Ronnie says this airplane can fly. So I'm pretty excited. Now we gotta get back to Yellowknife and yeah, spread the good word that hopefully this airplane can fly. June 6th, 75th anniversary of D-Day. And yeah, she's a good bird. What do you think, Ronnie?
She's good to go.